All right, so let's take a look at Super Mega
Now batting,
Baseball
the
4.
usual hitter, number
This
7,
is an
Reggie
EA
Smith.
Sports developed game. Um, or it's an EA Sports baseball game that they took over the publishing on. But you could see there's some influence from MVP Baseball if you remember it. One of the things, let me get out of the way very quickly. It is the way you hit home runs in this game. You have to use the right joystick. I'm playing on Xbox, so you use the right joystick as your power swing. So you have to time it. But the trick is, okay, which nobody explains well online, you have to take the left joystick and press down just slightly when you're about to swing. So you can just get under the ball a little bit. Don't try to aim it, okay? Let the system aim for the ball. Let the bat get to the ball. But then drop with the left joystick. Drop it slightly. Just push down a little bit right as you're hitting. And that will get you under the ball a little bit to do what I'm doing here. That's how you hit home runs. I went the first 6 games I played. I could not hit a home run. I would hit the ball as hard as you could hit it with all the power hitters, and I could not hit a home run. Once I figured this out, then all of a sudden I'm mashing homers. It's all about you use the power swing, but you just ever so slightly get under the ball. So every ball that is belt high and up, you're going to hammer it. Even if it's like knee high. But if it's especially belt high, it's going to be a homer. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing, let me just say, for those, I'm not against the show. I like MLB The Show. But if you really miss the arcade style baseball, okay, that you get from like some of the older baseball games, this is a fun one. All right, they do have Major League Baseball players in the game under the Legends. All right, so it's not going to be complete rosters with complete teams, but there are a lot of Major League Baseball legends and relatively recent superstars to play with. All right, so for an old head like me, it's fun, and the gameplay is very quick. It's very intuitive. It does feel like MVP baseball a little bit. It's maybe not as detailed, like you don't have all the instant replay and that, but you do have a lot of that vibe. When you're hitting the ball, it's very satisfying. Okay, pitching is not too difficult. I'd say ball movement when you pitch is pretty cool. It does feel like you're throwing it into a tiny area, but you feel very rewarded when you hit the corners. Fielding, it does feel like you're wearing like cement on your feet. You're not able to move very laterally, but that's all right. The game makes up for it with the fact that if you make your pitches, you'll get your outs. If you don't, it's not the fielding. I don't want to say it's not important, but it's basically like what's a hit is a hit and what's not is not. In MVP baseball, you could make spectacular diving plays on things that maybe you shouldn't be able to. So that's probably the biggest difference. But yeah, no, this game, it is a lot of fun. I have it through EA Play, so I didn't pay for it. So I'm sure some of you have it as well. As you can see here, yeah, I mean, I have this through EA Play, so I'm not paying for the game. I don't know how much it is retail, or on the Xbox Store or PlayStation Store. But if you're just looking for something a little different to break away from the show, this is a good game. It's got good fundamentals. It comes from a good lineage of sports games and good baseball games. So I highly recommend it. We haven't had an MVP baseball game since like 2006, I think. I think 2006, or 2007, the NCAA games. That was the last one. So it is a lot of fun to play an EA Sports baseball game. I think the crowd sounds great. The stadiums are cool. Some of them are realistic. Some of them are a little goofy, but overall, they're pretty good. The pitching, I think it's very smooth. And this game, it's really what arcade baseball should be. And the show, I like the show, but if you're just kind of looking for something different to offset what the show has been, which is pretty much the same for the past 5 to 6 years, which is good, but just nothing different, then this is a nice change of pace. You just have to get the hitting down. Once you get the hitting down, you're good to go. And I could definitely raise the difficulty. I'm being lazy. Another thing you could do also, which I like, is it feels gratifying to play shorter games in this. Since it is arcade, like I typically will do like a 4 or 5 inning game. So I'm not trying to, play through 9 innings. So I typically will use one starter and a closer. So it's fun, If I had to play 9 innings, I think one of my complaints would be the roster isn't built for that. The bullpens are super short. So you're not going to be able to get through a 9-inning game with this. You'd have to use multiple starters and multiple closers. I like the fact that you play shorter games. When you're done, when you get through like 3 or 4 innings, you can go to the bullpen and it's fine. You don't feel like you're punished. Because it is a shortened bullpen. It's not a legit bullpen. Whereas when you play the show, it's a real roster. So if you get 5, 6 innings out of your starter, go to the bullpen, you're all right. Let's see what else about this game. Yeah, I just think it's a lot of fun. So, I enjoy it. Once I figured out how to hit, I really went to town on it. You can see what I'm trying to do. Every swing, I'm trying to do the same thing. Once I got that down, every swing was the same thing. And sometimes, because I'm trying to clobber the ball in that way, I get underneath it. But at least I'm not, I'm definitely getting my dingers in. That's for sure. Yeah, I think this is just footage from the first game that I was playing. So overall, I recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. I hope my little tip helped with how you hit home runs. Like I said, you wanna tilt. You want to swing with the power swing, so use the right joystick to time it. But then you want to just ever so slightly press down on your left joystick on the aimer. So let it aim to the ball and then press down a little bit so you get underneath it with some power. And that's how you drive the ball to the deeper part of the outfield / hit home runs. That's essentially how it's done. Otherwise, even if you time it perfectly, you'll never hit a home run. Okay, so that's really how you do it. You see there, that ball hit off the wall. And I remember I was confused because I thought I hit it out, and then I thought he was settling underneath it, so I kind of confused myself. I hadn't hit a lot of balls off the wall. One thing I'll say, if it's low, I do struggle to elevate those, but that one was clobbered. I don't know. I don't remember if I got all of it. Yep, I did. Yeah, the replay could be better. It's a little quick. I wish it was slower. I wish it was a little bit more developed. But anyway, that is Super Mega Baseball 4. So look forward to seeing what you guys think. Hop in, enjoy playing it. And, like I said, I'm trying to be more consistent with the channel. So come back around for more content here, and we'll continue to have fun here in the Corner Arcade. All right, thanks, everybody.